is because you are always a bitch. You always in your feminine energy. So I can't be in my feminine energy because I gotta be here holding it the fuck down for the both of us. That's why.
Pushing a man until he finally snaps, then running to your friends crying, "Oh my God, he's so mean and so toxic and abusive." That's one of the most lowest and evil forms of manipulation ever. You don't get to disrespect him every day, belittle him when he opens up, emasculate him for not being what you can't handle, ignore his needs, flirt with other men in his face, and use sex like a weapon. And then act shocked when he finally blows up or walks away. He didn't just turn into an overnight. You drained him. You chipped away at his patience until nothing was left. You trained the nice guy you met to stop caring. Good men don't wake up cold. They get turned cold by women who mistake his self-control for weakness. Then when he finally says enough is enough, you play victim and cry wolf. No, honey. You're not the victim. You are the arsonist crying about the fire that you just started. Grow up. So stop acting like you don't know what just happened. You know exactly what you did. You just never thought he would actually walk away. Now he's gone. Or worse, you've numbed him. And now you're on social media talking about how all the good ones turn bad. No again, honey. You burned him out. One disrespectful act at a time. Own it. Or keep pretending you don't know why every man after him stops trusting women like you. Your move.
Many women don't know what disrespect is. This is what I like to call perception politics. It's kind of like girl math, but for arguments. Perception politics means meaning is decided based on how it was felt and not what was intended. Let me give you an example. A man sets a boundary. Now he's controlling. A man corrects something because he wants to help you. Now he's disrespectful. A man has the nerve to disagree with something. Now he's rejecting you. A man refuses to enable behavior that's unhealthy, and now he's harsh. So you see, it's not the intention, it's not how it was said, but it's how the woman perceives it. That's perception politics. We need to understand that discomfort isn't disrespect. Being challenged isn't humiliation. Not being enabled isn't dishonor. Disrespect is contempt, belittling you, intentionally tearing you down. Something isn't automatically disrespectful because it didn't feel good. If every uncomfortable moment turns into you disrespected me, that's manipulation.
Wow. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. It is a new day. We thank the good Lord it's a new day. Thank God it is a new day. I just don't know why we just can't get this right. And it keeps going on from generation to generation, and he seems to be getting worse. What is it that we cannot get right? Respecting each other. Whether it's a respect from a woman to a man or a man to a woman, we're just getting more disrespectful. But we're staying in the confines of relationship now. Let's start with the first video. That lady screaming at that guy. I don't know how he was so bold to take all of that. Because I would have been... Let me just put it this way. I don't know what I would have done. I might have walked away if I tried to tell her to calm down. I might have just given back same energy and just shut that down. I don't know. But in any case, that's not healthy. That's the bottom line. There's no reason why people should be raining screams at each other, especially when a woman who claims to love and respect a man is with your man and you were doing that to him. That is wrong. And I'm not sure when we're going to get this right. I'm not sure who told us it's okay to act that way. The man shouldn't be screaming at the woman shouldn't be screaming at the man. But even much more so, just because of how God did it, right? It's just out of order for anybody to be screaming at each other. But even more so, because that's what we see more, the women yelling at the man. I'm not sure who told us it was okay. And we're wondering why there are no good men. As you like to say, there are no good men out there. One of the reasons, because they can't take that. And that's why some men are not asking you to marry them or settle down with you. Or let's not even get ahead of ourselves. They're not even approaching. Let alone to talk, to get your number and get to know you to the point where they court you, to the point where they date you, they engage, court, and then get married, and then have a marriage. You blew it from the onset. You just aggressive. I just have to tell him, give him my peace. I don't care what anybody thinks. I'm going to say what I have to say. That is immaturity. Meekness is a sign of maturity, because meekness is strength under control. You can control yourself. Even when you're upset, you can still be cordial. You can still be courteous, regardless. And I just have to say this. I commend all these ladies for their accounts, very wise accounts. I mean, I don't know what else, because this last lady, one thing I could pick from there, and I think it's very common, and I think if we can understand what she's saying, I think it will help a whole loads of us. Because a lot of times we are not on the same page. What's said is misunderstood. What's misunderstood is misinterpreted and misacted on. So a lot of times I think we lack patience for ourselves. Because before we could just try this, I think maybe it can help some of us. Before you get upset, before you act on what you think you've heard, ask more questions. Because a lot of times we say things, even the person saying it, sometimes we have to retract what we said. Oh, was that exactly what I meant to say or not? So just give a benefit of a doubt, and that's where the grace comes in. We all like to be given grace, but do we give grace to others? We ask others to give us grace, but do we give grace to others? And one of the ways is, let's understand our communication together. Somebody say something, ask them more questions. This is what I heard you say. I'm understanding what you said as, is that what you meant? Instead of just taking it, because a lot of us act on assumptions on what was said, and in some cases on what was not even said at all. We assume they're going to say it. We think we know them so well. Oh, I know she's going to say that. I know he's about to say that. And then we act on assumptions. And then we'll blow everything up. So, are these women talking about you? I'm just asking for a friend. I am just asking for a friend. Disrespect is not good at any level. Even a little child doesn't want to be disrespected, let alone adults. So why are we doing it to each other? And we know what the other person needs. Let's just give them that. And if we don't, let's ask questions. That's where the questions come in. I'll say this before we wrap this up, because I think it's becoming more and more, especially in this generation, and I'm not sure what's going on, why we think it's okay to be disrespectful. Nobody can tell us anything. We just want to do what we want to do. But hence we can see the results. We're having worse relationships, worse lasting relationships. We can't even date right. We don't even know what to do. Some can't even have conversations. Everything just jacked up. And we think we know. Why is it? Is a question I'm going to ask. And you can throw it in the comment section below. Why is it that the same thing a man or a woman will ask their spouse or their significant other for, they're not willing to do it? They'll argue it even before the request is made. Some will even start arguing, no, I'm not doing it. They start all the pushbacks. But that same thing, somebody else would ask them, and they'll do it without complaining. What is it? And in some cases, we've seen relationships where it ended. And the same reason they claim it ended is the same reason they're bonding with the other new person now. So in other words, they claim, oh, this person was not organized. And the next person they're with now is even worse, not as organized, but they're okay to tolerate it. They're okay to adapt. They're okay to give grace. Might I just say, if you've seen signs, especially if you're not in a committed relationship as a marriage, because marriage, it has to be handled differently. Marriage is a different ballgame. That's a commitment. So you can't just do as you please. But if it's not, might I just say, you may want to be real with yourself and say, you know what? I think this person is building some type of resentment. I don't know what it is. Some people are trying to get out of it and they don't know how to say it. So they start acting up. You don't want to be the one left behind. So you just got to be careful. Read between the lines. Do not disrespect anybody and do not allow anybody to disrespect you. And I'm not saying you go attacking them, but just don't allow what is disrespect. Calmly, in a very cordial manner, tell people what your likes are and what your dislikes are. In some cases, you don't have to say a word. You just have to excuse yourself. Remove yourself from that scenario without saying a word. Let everything be done in peace because it's good for your sanity as well. Because that's more important than anything else. So when you leave that scenario, when you remove yourself, you carry way less baggage of the aftermath of that toxic, unhealthy, just bad relationship that you were in. Are these women talking about you? I'm just asking for a friend. Until next time, please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Until next time, God bless you, and may God give us wisdom. Bye for now.